Why does this always happen in July? What's up, everybody? TM Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my boys Gold, Nashville SC, and in this one, Nashville... Oh, wait. Hold on. Like, this can't be right. This says Nashville loses? Now, folks, I apologize. I'm pretty good when it comes to, like, my note-taking here, but... this can't be right. JK, it's not a top-up because I saw the daggum thing! Nashville SC loses to Orlando City. We lose 1-0. Now, I have some stuff to say regarding this match. First thing that I want to say to kick this thing off is, you know, all the great champions in the world of sports go through this kind of thing. That thing where it's like, that one game becomes a fluke. They got that one fluke, that one bump in the road that they go through. And it happens in every single sport. I'll give you an example. You know, take the Seattle Seahawks. You know, everybody remembers when they won the Super Bowl, right? Does anyone out there remember when they lost to the Buccaneers in like week 5 or something like that? No! No one's going to remember that. 20 years from now, no one's going to remember that game. They are going to remember when Seattle won the Super Bowl. Another example. Everybody remembers where the Carolina Hurricanes, when they won the Stanley Cup. Is anyone going to remember when they lost Game 1 to the Montreal Canadiens in the Eastern Conference Finals? No. 20 years from now, no one is going to remember that game. Everybody is going to remember the Canes winning the Stanley Cup. And when Nashville SC wins MLS Cup this year, no one is going to remember this game at all. This is just a little bump in the road in our championship run, but I still have to talk about it. So, you know, heading into this match, you got Nashville SC 2-0 since returning to league play. But this was our first road match since May 13th, which was a win over the Revs. We won 3-0 in that match. Facing Orlando City, a club that is fighting for their playoff lives right now. And their first 2 matches back were so different. You know, Orlando, they first had that 6-2 loss to FC Cincinnati. And yes, you heard that right. Orlando lost to Cincinnati 6-2 last week. But then the following Wednesday, Orlando had a 4-0 win over San Jose. So you got Nashville and you have Orlando, 2 clubs who are wanting points for different reasons. But for Orlando, I'll admit, maybe they had a little bit of a boost heading into this game because Antoine Griezmann, the French legend, making his home debut for Orlando in this match. But the fans who came out to see him, they would have to wait for over 76 more minutes due to a weather delay. And you know what, I don't even care to some if saying that, you know, we had a 76-minute weather delay was the main reason why we played poorly. But you know what, I'm going with it. Look at the stats right here. You know, in the first half, even though the possession was pretty much even, Orlando were out shooting us 8-3, and they had 4 shots on target. 3 more than what we had in that first half. Like, you could just tell. For Nashville, this wasn't a case where we just had, like, a slow start. This was a case where Orlando, they were dictating the pace for most of this match. And you know what? At the end of the day, no matter who that we play, if we just let them dictate the pace throughout the entire match and not challenge them in any way, that's a recipe for disaster. And here it is, 72nd minute. Ellis weaves through our defense like it's nothing. Passes to Spicer, he shoots, and he scores. And all the bandwagon fans who came just to see Griezmann go absolutely nuts. And here's my thoughts on this. You know, if the score stayed the same, and say Orlando, they didn't score in this fashion. Say that they got like a set piece or a free kick. They scored in a dead ball situation, right? I would, you know what? I would still be mad about it, but you know what? I would still be somewhat more positive than I am here. And I would say, okay, boys, you know what? Orlando, they got lucky on that goal. Here, this was a case where we beat ourselves right here. Ellis was weaving through our defense like it was no problem at all. No one stepped up. No one made a challenge. And you know what? That's not like us. That's not what we do. That's not what we've done all season long. Absolutely not. Giving up a goal like this in this fashion was uncharacteristic. And unfortunately, we just weren't able to level the match. And Orlando, they steal 3 points from us. But you know what? I will give the Devils their due. Unfortunately, I just have to. Orlando, they did defend with discipline, and they definitely stayed compact for most of this match, just limiting all of Nashville's opportunities. Even after Orlando took the lead, they did not let up at all. They did not give us an inch. For Nashville, even though that this was just our second loss in 17 MLS matches, it still stings. It still stings. Nashville, we entered this match in excellent form. No doubt about it. We seemed unstoppable, and I thought that we were unstoppable until this crap happened! Despite controlling stretches of possession, we just failed to capitalize on them. We failed to convert that pressure into high-quality chances. And this is something that I've gone over on my channel numerous times, and I think it's very appropriate that I bring it up right now. For Nashville SC, we had more quantity than quality. Yes, Nashville. Even though that we had 55% of the possession in this match, Orlando outshot us 12-6. 12-6 with 5 of those shots for Orlando being on target. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm crapping on Nashville SC too much because, again, no doubt the weather delay definitely affected how we played in this game, and it affected our rhythm. But just what slightly bothers me a little bit is that, you know, there were 2 teams that played in this match. Orlando, they had to deal with the same things that we did. Having to, you know, feel like they're game ready, but then have to sit and wait for over an hour for the match to restart and then, like, get back into that mode. That's what kind of bothers me a little bit about this. I mean, you know what, maybe Orlando City and their players, maybe they're used to this kind of thing, having to wait for over an hour until their match starts. Maybe they're used to this kind of thing. Maybe that's what did it. I don't know. I'm very stressed out here. You know, despite the loss, Nashville SC, we're still up at the top of the Eastern Conference. We're still one of the best teams in this league. Absolutely. No doubt about it. And I doubt that this loss, it's going to change anyone's perception of us. And that perception is, yes, Nashville SC, we are an MLS Cup contender. This was just a little bump in the road. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not even going to stress about it. We're going to take this loss, we're going to throw it over there, and we're going to be done with it. We're going to be done with it. We're going to move on. We got DC up next, so we'll see what happens there. But fans, that's going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salute to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go, boys, and go!